Do you consider yourself a trader or an investor or both?
Definitely a trader. Investing's for old people and for people long term. I hate this idea that we're told to invest for your future, your pension. For my generation, a millennial, doesn't exist. What pension am I going to get? It doesn't make any difference. You can get you 4 or 5%, by investing in this, that, and the other. Fine, do that. But the real money's been made intraday trading. Making your money work for you, having an amount of capital, going in and taking these opportunities. FTSE can go from here to here. You can make 1,000 points. You can make 10,000 points doing that. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Generational thing maybe, but for me, investing is. It's a different mindset, and it has a different place in the modern world. Investing still has to be there. Future-proofing, forward planning, that's great, but you want to make some money.
Do you have any certain times that you like to trade?
Yeah, I guess trading's pretty kind of, it lends itself to data, it lends itself to times of the day. I mean, the whole point is I don't try and trade the opens anymore because I don't have the amount of money that it needs to trade the open. I'm not Goldman Sachs, I have a big account, but it's not big enough to take on the market. So let the big guys do whatever they want. And I'm just a little fish. I just get in and take my bit. So start trading at 9 in the morning, maybe trade around, the US data, 1:30, the cash open, and then generally 5 o'clock when people are just getting out of positions and finishing for the day. People that trade the markets are just guys. They've got families, 9 to 5. So the working day lends itself to the economic calendar and really the people that trade the markets.
Do you avoid certain times of the day?
Definitely, yeah, the open. The open has been one of the most stressful times in my life, and I just always thought, get in, make some money. But it's not. It's don't lose the money. Don't start the day down. I could always make money in the afternoon, but if you start the day, a couple of grand down, it changes the way you think. So yeah, stop trading the open, leave that for somebody else. Start trading from 9 o'clock onwards, and that's served me well.
What mediums do you use to trade?
Mediums
like betting, futures.
Oh right, I mean, again, I stick to the indices. I stick to the indices and FX, things that I know about. I don't trade, the kind of Asian markets because I don't understand Asian mentality. I don't understand Asian people. Well, not to say that I don't understand it. Of course I do. That's my job as an economist, as a trader. But I stick to things that I know about, I read about, I'm interested in. So things like the FTSE, the cable, euro dollar, gold. Everybody knows about these things, and I have my opinions. And my opinions, again, I don't get too fixed on them because opinions are investing. I'm market neutral. I buy when it goes up, I sell when it goes down. I'm not trying to be right. One of the kind of main quotes I always use in trading is, it's not about being right, it's about making money and trading at the right time. That's what it's all about. It's making money, the P and the L. It's not about this idea that you're right, standing down the pub or with your mate at the golf club going, oh, well, I bought the FTSE here and I sold it there. Again, it's old mentality. I want to be in a trade for 30 seconds, a minute. 30 minutes for me is a long-term trade. The more you're involved in the market, the more risk you're taking. I want to be in, take my money, get it out. Simple. That's my philosophy.
So saying that, what kind of trader are you then? How would you define yourself? Are you a swing trader, momentum trader?
I love this question. It doesn't make any difference. If you're involved in the markets for a short period of time, you're a scalper. You can read this book, that book, listen to webinars, makes no difference. If you're involved in the markets for a short period of time, you don't hold overnights, you're a scalper. Simple as. That's what I am. Do I pick tops and bottoms? Yeah. Do I momentum trade? Yeah. Do I do breakouts? Yeah, I do everything. I don't mind. I'm not particularly fussy. Again, I'm not interested in being right. I want the cash. So I just concentrate on what makes me money, and that's things like Fibonacci, tidying my Bollinger Bands, boring stuff. Boring stuff. That's what I do. But I do it consistently. I do it well. That's how you make money.
How actively do you trade? Very
actively. I mean, I'm in and out. I mean, that's the whole point. I can do 1 trade a day. I can do 10 trades a day. When you're trading the kind of size I do, it doesn't make any difference. I can make 2, 3, 4 pips. I'm a happy man. As long as it's green, I don't care.
What is your average trade size?
It really does vary. I mean, I go up to, average positions of, over £1,000 a point. I'm not trying to say I'm big time or whatever, but what people don't tell you about trading is to make money, you have to trade size. None of this kind of, again, it goes back to investing. If you want to hold a position at £1 a point and chase it 200 ticks, well, that's great, but that's an investing mentality. I want to be making 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 pips on £1,000 a point. Happy days. That's the way it works. And that's why you need the account size. All these statistics that 95% of spread bettors don't take the money out of their account, this, that, and the other. What when you Google things, this is what I'm, trying to, my books, my webinars, is the world tries to tell you a mindset, and people Google it and believe it. If you set your risk to 1 or 2% of your capital as a stop, you will get stopped out. Stop grabbers, pin bars, short squeezes, they're all designed by institutions to stop out retail traders. So they're already telling you wrong before you start. If you invest or trade with money you can afford to lose, you've already lost it. So put more money in the account and then set the amount of money you're willing to lose based upon that. If you start on a trading account with £500, all you're going to do is lose it.